Hey everybody, Felicia Berry here. Nice to see you again. It's so lovely to talk with you all this way. And today is the third installment in my Wise Ways series. But first, just a little bit about me. I'm an artist and author and teacher and facilitator. And I help folks to reclaim their sense of connection and to access their inner wisdom through remembering their divinity. And it's my joy and honor to witness and support folks in doing this. So today's video is going to be a little bit about the feminine reemergence in the human collective psyche, and I'm going to also talk about unity consciousness and what that means to me, and the misconception that I think some people have about unity consciousness, and also to talk a little bit about the word healing, which in some people's lexicons become a dirty word, and I really don't understand that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what is healing really, what does that mean? So what we've been covering before in the other two Wise Ways videos is to talk a little bit about the shift that we're experiencing right now collectively, where that comes from, what kind of ways it's showing up and manifesting in our lives, and then how some of us are navigating it with grace sometimes, and sometimes some of us are a little bit resistant to the impulses to let go that the universe is sending us, that those things that we cling to that are not life affirming for us anymore, we're being asked to let go of. And so we talked a little bit about how to let go with grace, and hopefully that information was useful to you. If nothing else, just to let you know that you're not alone in the challenges that you're facing in your life. So let's talk a little bit about the feminine energy, and what do I mean by that? First of all, I want to be clear that when I say feminine, I don't mean female. What we're talking about when we're talking about feminine energy is a quality of energy, the yin of the yin yang of feminine masculine. Feminine energy is a quality of energy that is in opposition to the masculine energy or the yang energy, and the two energies together are the energies that hold all of the physical universe together through various qualities of this energy. The collective psyche, the collective human psyche, is currently reintegrating the feminine energy, meaning that we're becoming conscious of the feminine energy again after many, many thousands of years of not being so aware of the feminine energy. And we've had many thousands of years of masculine-oriented thinking and behavior, and thousands of years of really, truly imbalanced masculine behavior. And what I mean by imbalanced is that it's operating without the feminine present. It's operating without the valuing of the feminine energy. This dynamic is being rebalanced right now. We are literally being flooded with memory of how to be feminine, how to be connective. And when I say connective, what I mean is that the feminine energy has a very distinct quality from the masculine energy. The feminine is connective in nature. It's relational. It wants to include, it wants to integrate, it wants to accept, allow. It's all about connecting. It's all about the oneness. Masculine energy is all about individuating. It's about separating. It's about, identifying something as itself, or setting a boundary, or setting a limit. And that, again, it has its time and place. Both feminine and masculine energy, there's a time for both of them, a time to be connective and a time to set a boundary, a time to be individuative. But again, what we've experienced for many thousands of years is that we've been operating primarily with a masculine way of viewing things, and that we have sort of forgotten or lost this awareness of how to operate in a more connective way, in a mass collective consciousness kind of a way. And so what's happening is that we are getting this memory stirred up again. It's very old. It's coming up from inside the earth. It's coming up from inside our bodies. It's filtering up. It's more of a coming up into our consciousness rather than kind of a coming down. And it's a really interesting experience to feel the energy, because the feminine energy feels so very different and foreign to a lot of people who are very accustomed to this masculine way of doing things. And want to remind you all that there's absolutely nothing wrong with masculine energy. Some people think that if we're talking about masculine and feminine energy and acknowledging that we have been under an imbalanced masculine influence for many thousands and thousands of years, that is somehow being disrespectful of masculine energy, and it's not at all. It's just it's naming what has been. It's naming what's true. It's being honoring of the truth, and it's we don't have to judge. We can say, okay, this is what's happened, and here's what's occurring, and here's what's happening now. There's this balancing effect going on with the feminine energy coming in, and so those that there are folks who are like, well, if you talk about masculine energy and feminine energy, then you're being dualistic, and I'm not going to be dualistic, and I'm into the oneness, man, and I totally understand that. And what I need to say to that is that there's a misconception there. Feminine energy, because it's connective in nature, is about unity. It is about acknowledging the oneness. And so when we are fighting about using words like masculine, feminine, or eye, nose, or orange apple, then we're kind of missing the point of unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is actually not all of us ignoring that there are parts of the whole and piling up into a puddle of goo in the middle of the universe and blissing out, and that's the end of that, and this existence ceases. Unity consciousness is actually the feminine awareness that we're all connected, balanced with the awareness that we are each individual parts and aspects of creation. Unity consciousness is owning who and what we are in our uniqueness and in our separateness and in our diversity, and recognizing that each aspect of all creation is indeed valued and is a part of the one. And so that we honor hot and cold, we honor up and down, we honor matter and spirit, we honor yin and yang. We aren't squishing them together so that there is no individual or unique quality, because that's hanging out in pure feminine energy versus feminine masculine balance energy. We can hold both of those because we are both of those. We are yin and yang. Those qualities of energy are within us, and the whole omniverse is made of those energies. So we don't have to pick one or the other. We can hold both. There's enough room. And the feminine energy, the connective energy, does hold room for both of those awarenesses, the connective as well as the individuative. So unity consciousness is acknowledging that we already are one. We already are all squished together in the oneness, right? But we're aspects of the one, just like little pieces of fruit in the Jell-O salad. There's the grape and there's the pineapple, and you're the cherry and I'm the I'll be a blueberry, and we're together in this kind of connective mass of stuff, and if one of us gets plucked out of the salad, the whole Jell-O moves, that's us. We're each different little pieces of fruit in this Jell-O salad, and it's unity consciousness is celebrating that we are unique and separate while at the same time absolutely being connected. So this is my prediction, is that people will come into more and more into this awareness. I may be a couple hundred years ahead of my time on this one, but this is what I see coming, is that when we really understand unity consciousness, we are really valuing and respecting and celebrating the diversity of each of our unique selves, while knowing that we are absolutely connected and that there is pure acceptance in that connection. Also wanted to say a little bit about healing, that the feminine energy is integrative energy, and healing, all healing means is integrating something that's been disenfranchised, or mending, what's been torn asunder. It's the nature of the universe to heal. It's the nature of our bodies to heal. It's the nature of everything that exists to mend itself, to mend what's been torn asunder, and that is healing. I do not think healing is a dirty word. I feel strongly that healing is just another way of saying that we are mending what needs to be made whole, and we are whole. If you get to a certain awareness, you recognize that there is no such thing as needing to be mended or healed, but at the level where we are, you guys, we're human beings, we're in the physical world. If we have a broken bone, it needs to be seen. It needs to be reset so that it can heal in integrity. We're not going to pretend that we don't have a broken bone. We're not going to pretend that it doesn't hurt. We must attend to what's broken so that we can be whole, so that we are integrating what's been torn asunder. And we need to mend the rifts that are inside of our psyche and our emotions and our minds and our bodies. And that is what healing is about, is simply, very simply, just mending what's been torn asunder. And again, it's the way of the universe. We can't get away from it. So my feeling is that the broken hearts that we're seeing so much of right now, a lot of sadness and grief and anger and despair, as people are searching for what they feel is missing in their lives, that they may not even have a name for, that this is finding and remembering and mending the wounds inside of us, and that this is healing, and that this is a good thing, and that the feminine energy, again, because it integrates, because it's connective and whole based and accepting, is going to naturally seek out that which will mend what's broken inside of us. So I've run out of time already. I could just talk and talk. Thanks for joining me again today. If you'd like to learn a little more about my work, or if you're feeling like you could use a little individual support as you're navigating the exciting and enlightening times that we're living through right now, just give me a call or email me to set up an appointment. And you can find out more about my work at www.leishaberry.com. And join me again next time for more Wise Ways. Thank you.